Hello and welcome back to Lord of Heroes News on Nyris Gaming. We have some news today and let's just get into it. So, in that address to the community that they did, one of the things they mentioned is they were going to be shifting to daily and monthly missions in a way, and this is not at all how I thought they were going to implement it. Starting February 1st, we will be getting daily events, and these aren't just additional daily missions you can do, these seem to be completely replacing how events have been working for the entirety of the game so far, which streamlines it and makes it much more predictable, instead of me having to read out new events at random times every single news segment at least. But let's look at these. So on Mondays, Mysterious Peddler. Earn rewards by purchasing from the Mystic Merchant, and you'll get a bunch of energy up to 10 purchases every 2 purchases, which I believe, based on how it works now, the free ones for watching ads will count. Tuesdays, for fighting in the Primeval Halls, you will get rewards every 2 battles up to 10. And the reward at the 10th one is a Class Ascension Rune random box, which is nice. We need more class runes, need easier ways to get them. However, we're going to get into why I am not happy about this in a little bit. Wednesday, Avalon Special Expeditions. Earn rewards by dispatching expeditions. This one baffles me, because if this is only on Wednesdays, and it's a daily thing, you have to dispatch 10 expeditions to cap this out, and you get a total of 10,000 renown for this. Okay, so you have to dispatch 10 expeditions on Wednesday specifically to get 10,000 renown, so I wasn't entirely thinking of this correctly. I forgot that on Wednesdays expeditions are an hour shorter, so no, this is still really stupid. In a 24-hour period, because these start at the beginning of the day, I believe, a new daily event will start at 0 every day local time, so yes, at midnight. This would mean, for normal expeditions which take 2 hours on Wednesdays, you will have to be awake to redispatch these for 20 of the 24 hours of the day, including starting at midnight. I don't know what they were thinking with this, or how they expect anyone to do this. You will literally have to be asleep for only 4 hours of the 24-hour period. That is not even remotely reasonable to expect anyone to do, and no one will be hitting up here. So what's the point? It's like they didn't think of this at all, because if they take 2 hours each, and to hit 10 of them, you'd need to be around for 20 hours, all for a piddly little amount of renown. So you might as well just not even see this 10th one right here, and otherwise you would have to be available to redispatch these for 16 hours if you want to hit the 8th one. There's a lot of decisions in all of this that just make no sense to me, and are kind of annoying me. Thursdays, Fram's pre-meal warm-up. Earn rewards by fighting in the Coliseum. Get some elixirs, some crystals, some gold, and some energy. So that's pretty normal. Friday, Kanai's Treasury Caper. So this is replacing pay to upgrade. No, okay, this is every Friday now, and they've about halved to thirded the amount of gold you get for this. Because normally you'd have to upgrade, I believe, 30 times, and you'd get around, there's either 150 or 250,000 gold. Now you have to spend about the same amount you would before, and you only get 50k back each week. So this is immensely worse. Saturday, Energy Burn. Get rewards for using energy. Gold, elixirs, crystals, replica chests. Sunday, Energy Burn 2. So the same thing, but use more energy, up another 3,000. This will net you a tiny piddly little amount of renown, and maybe some good amounts of linkstones after watching an ad. I can't... you probably have no idea why I'm mainly annoyed with all of this. Here's your only linkstones in all of this, except for one other thing, kind of. And this thing, if I remember correctly, it can be, I think maybe very, very rarely it could be triple digits. Like 100, 150. Sometimes it could be 50. But almost always, in all likelihood, it'll be around more 3 or 5 linkstones. A tenth of a single pull, at most of the time. And they don't even specify what the range is, so I have no idea specifically. Weekly events. So the first week of a month, one good thing, Conquer the Silence is going to be a monthly thing, 1st through the 7th of every month. So this will net you another 5 goes at the silence rates for 7 days of each month, and that will be consistent. And that's where the good of that ends. Here is why I was annoyed with the random classroom chests before. The second week of every month will be vie for victory, but it will not net you class runes, guaranteedly being specific ones. Now it is only crystals. No more specific class runes for winning in the Coliseum. That is completely gone, and now you get random boxes which provide you with unspecified numbers of them at random, so you have to hope that you get the ones that you need. Third week of every month, training with Aslan condensed down to 5 rewards. You have to beat Aslan in the training grounds once every day. Get you some more elixirs and a replica chest. But not necessarily once every day. You get 2 extra goes, so you can skip out on 2 days and do it multiple times in one day. Battling in the Glacier of Oblivion and obtaining mystic equipment will net you a little bit more elixirs, gold, piddly renown, and some replica chests. Not replica chests, mystic chests. So you can get a little bit of extra at the end of the month at least. On to monthly events. These will last for 1 month, resetting on the first of each month, and can only be completed once per month. Lord's Royal Visit. Earn rewards by enjoying various content. Things such as battle 15 times in story regions, win 20 times in Hall of Elements. Just a bunch of extra things for doing random stuff. However, you will notice not a single instance of linkstones, and only 3 random class runes boxes. And again, my perturbance about that will be entirely dependent on how many you get. If it's like 5 or 10 per, that is far better. Doesn't change the fact that they're still completely random. So you could, in theory, if you're going for, like, say, striker runes, which I'm very short on currently, these could give me none of those for months, potentially. And I'd have to rely on the randomness of getting them in the primeval halls. There is no way to specifically go for any class runes now. It's all random, unless they happen to be in the obelisk as a reward. Speaking of the obelisk, you will get a reward for conquering every 5 floors, and also 49 and 50. I love how the ultimate reward for beating the entirety of the obelisk is a single nether crystal, which you get 3 of per week in the Silent Straits very easily. Not like a primeval soulstone or anything like that for doing one of the hardest contents in the game. Just one more thing in the pile that you have, likely, because you get 3 a week. 2 more random Ascension rune boxes. Mei Ling's Warehouse Clearance. This is for spending Alliance credits. There are 2 more random boxes, so the chances that you get none of the one you want is dwindling a bit. I still wish you could select them, though. I don't understand the purpose of making them random. I don't want to sit here going through all this trouble to get one of these and just hope that it's for one that I actually need. There's already too much randomness in gambling with absolutely every other aspect of the game. The alchemy tickets that were in the 28-day journey seem to be getting dispersed into stuff like this, though. So there's 5 here. But that's if you spend 200,000 Alliance tokens in a single month. 100,000 renown, one of the more expensive things in the shop, is only 30k. So actually, let's go to the Alliance shop, shall we? Okay, here we are in the Alliance shop. So you have to hit, if you want to hit the maximum rewards with the clearance event they're adding, in a single month, you'd have to spend 250,000 Alliance credits. There's 90k right there. These on their own, you'd have to buy out all of those. That would bring it to 215k, and these each week. So on top of your weekly things, you would have to clear out several of these other categories at least once. You can only clear these out once a month anyways. I don't know that that's really necessarily worth it unless you really need more gear from these. I don't know that I've ever bought these before. I've never really needed to. With the amount of crystals they give out, the banners have been completely fine for artifacts. So yes, you would have to do the 90k on Renown for the month, and then another 20k per week for the elixirs and the soulstones would bring you to 170. Then you would have to get both of the golds and or splurge on all of the replica chests, all to get a couple of nether stars, which again, you get 3 per week from the Silent Straits, from a resource that piles up really quickly, unless you're spending it on gear religiously. World events, event duration, January 17th, Wednesday until further notice. I wonder if that's supposed to be February, because It's January 31st right now. Nine's Hide and Seek. Earn rewards by fighting and claiming rewards from Mystic Beasts. So you just get more energy for hunting Mystic Beasts. That's nice. And Beretta's Eidolon Chase whenever there's an Eidolon party. So these seem to be something that will pop up whenever those happen on the regular now. So that is all of the daily, monthly, weekly event updates, replacing what we have now over here. And there's something you might have noticed. Ad gifts for linkstones, which we've had for 4 or 5 months now straight. Nowhere to be seen. So unless something changes, this is going away. So there goes 12 linkstones per day. Just gone. So over the course of a 30-day month, there's 360 linkstones you will not be getting. You will be getting the Conquer the Silence for 7 days each month. So in that month, for those extra 5, you will be getting an extra 10 linkstones for 7 days. So instead of getting 360 for the month, you're getting an extra 70. That's a bit of a drop. Only, 290 less. A whole nearly 6 pulls less. And then if you happen to luck out with that random box, if they're upping the amount in there, I would hope they do, but I highly doubt they will. That could likely just be 3 per week, actually, because that was only a 1 specific day per week. So we used to be getting 12 per day, now we're getting 12 per month. So the way things currently are, you are getting, if you run the full 10 silent straights each day, that is 20 per day. For a full month of 30 days, that's 600 linkstones. That is 12 pulls. Then you factor in the extra 70 per month. That's 670. Then let's be generous. You got 10 in that random box. 680 per month total, barring any events, which I remember seeing something. I don't remember seeing it in there. I don't remember where that was. I will find that soon. There's going to be another Mystic Beast hunt, and it's pathetic. So you're getting 680 linkstones per month for free. If you want to hit a guaranteed 90 for a guaranteed hero of the banner of your choice, it will take you a nice measly 6.5 months to get there. 6.61 months just on free linkstones alone. It'll take you over half a year to guarantee a pull on a banner. That's real nice. But hey, there's gonna be plenty more ways to pay for more pulls still. You got this again for 10 for 5. Is what I usually do because it's at least somewhat cheap, but it's still only a ninth of what you need. Oh, and here are 2 more. Oh, and here's a free gift of 1 pull, and then give us more money. And here it is. Lunarbler will be starting on February 2nd, so in 2 days on Friday through the 13th. Here's your shop. Crystals, alchemy tickets, gold, elixirs of insight, light and dark soul stones, and runes. Linkstones, 50. Once per week. Requires the most out of all of these except for the soul stones. And last time this happened, it slightly spanned over 3 weeks technically. So you could do this 3 times, but it was not a typo. It was not supposed to be 500. It's 50. So if it spans over 3 weeks, that's 3 pulls. Woo. All that talk of linkstones being more accessible is still specifically to buy. I was just thinking about it, and there are the other 400 linkstones you get from the logins per month, so let's calculate that into it. That'll be a total of 1,090 now. Okay. It'll still take you a third of a year to guarantee a pull. Knocks 2 months off at least, but still. It's a game about collecting heroes, and the only way to do that now is through summons. And if you want to do this free to play, the best they can offer you is 1 new hero every 4 months if there's one around that you want. If you're trying to be free to play, you can either be really lucky or you can just completely forget about aptitudes. You will never access those on a regular basis if you're getting a single hero guaranteed once every 4 months. Unless they just suddenly rain down linkstones from the sky, but based on how this is going, that'll only happen if you give them lots and lots of money. I am not liking the direction this is going, and I'm thoroughly annoyed. Other than all of that nonsense, we do have our February hero. It is Fire Solphi, so another character who has all of her elements. It will be available from February 1st to March 1st. So she's going to be available for a single month. And Dark Crom is going to be available on this banner as well. He was previously paid only. However, he is going to be a 1/3% to get, and you can't guarantee him. Because getting a hero is 2% on these banners, and the featured one takes up half of that, so these are divided by 3. Joshua Light, who was just released released a month or two ago. A light commander, maybe 3 months now, actually. Geez. So if you missed him, you maybe randomly get him at that 0.333% chance. I just barely looked out getting Ecotestal on the 60th-ish pull somehow. That doesn't seem to happen very often these days. I did miss Joshua Light. I don't think I'm going to be able to get Fire Bianca. If I won't get Fire Bianca, I likely will not get Fire Solphi unless I pump out money. Her Striker banner will be active for the same time period. Let us look at how Solphi functions. Fire Solphi is going to be a Fire Striker. Here are her level 1 and 70 stats. Decent health, really good defense, and pretty good attack. And she's a little bit weird. Her 1 attacks the selected enemy, 55% chance to trigger Blitz. Critical hit damage of this attack increases by 200%. Her 2 cooldown 3 turns. That's a really low cooldown for something that can be blitzed off the 1 as well already. Attacks all enemies, deals up to 40% more damage when there are fewer targets. Critical hit damage of this attack increases by 200%. Her burst, spare cost 4, attacks all enemies, 100% chance to trigger Flurry 1 time, which triggers her 1. Critical hit damage of this attack increases by 200%. All of her abilities have innate extra crit damage, so either you can use a crit chance ringer pendant and focus on other stats, or you can make her crit damage absurdly high with these. I just noticed as well, Flurry cannot be triggered multiple times in a row and cannot be triggered through chain bursts, purely on her own turn thing and not with anyone else. I wonder, it does not say that Blitz cannot be triggered by a Flurry attack, so I wonder if she can burst into 1 into 2. I'm very curious about if that's going to be possible, but I would have to playtest that, and I don't know if I'm even going to be able to get her. Her stat skill is crit damage, so she's just pure about crit damage, and her elemental skill is damage against earth elemental enemies. Her regular relic increases her attack. Her refined relic increases her attack by an amount for every fire elemental ally on the field. And her divine has a 50% chance to remove one of the most recent buffs from the target upon attacking, which if that chain reaction can happen, gives her a lot of chances of doing that. So that is going to do it for Lord of Heroes news today. I'm sorry for being so negative about all of this, but it just does not look very good. In all honesty, this just looks very unhopeful for free to play whatsoever. I would like to not have to spend exorbitant amounts of money to enjoy the primary function of the game, which is collecting heroes, like most mobile games in this genre, but it's looking like they don't want that at all, and they're not going to be changing their ways anytime soon, given this is happening repeatedly now, and the free stuff is drying up rapidly. So hopefully it changes, but I have no hope of that anymore. So on that lovely note, I'll see y'all in the next one.